Hey guys, it's the God Queen Soncerae here. I appreciate you watching and listening to me. You can follow me on Spreaker or you can watch me on YouTube. Thank you so much for the donations. People are donating to me so we can get to that $5,000 mark at the end of January. And we were just using it for my move to California. So if you want to donate, I'm already in California, but we're trying to find another place for me to live, and I'm probably going to put that money towards a nursery for baby Justice. If you want to buy him something, I have a baby registry. I have a Target one and an Amazon one, and I'll make sure I put the link in the comment section below. So those of you who know me know I'm a very goofy ass person. I got a lot of jokes, right? So I'm always joking around. You know, if you look at my most recent videos, I just joke around. I was in a relationship that was kind of taking that good, part away from me. You know, you could tell if you look back at my videos, and you'll start to see where I kind of got distant from YouTube a little bit, and I was doing a whole bunch of Spreakers and wasn't doing any real videos, and wasn't doing any videos that was actually fun and funny. And because during that time I was kind of sad, you know what I mean, because I was sick with pregnancy and I was having some issues inside of my relationship. And so those of you who've been listening to my channel, you kind of know what's been going on between me and the father of my baby, right? Now, I don't think I've met an even bigger asshole. I think he's one of the assholes, the biggest assholes I've met in my entire life. I don't think I've seen him do anything kind or, gentle to someone other than himself. I don't think I've seen any type of empathy or compassion or sympathy come out of this man. I think he said to me a couple of times that he might have given something to the homeless while he was at work, but I never fully seen him do it. I think I seen him be nice to some kids maybe twice, but for the most part, I think I'm dealing with someone who is a very, very cold-hearted person. So I've distanced myself tremendously and moved from Atlanta, Georgia, all the way to California. And so as I've been going through my experiences, I've always tried to find humor in all of my situations. I've also been comfortable enough with speaking about my daughter's father. My daughter is 17. My daughter's name is Dominique. If you look through my channel, you'll see plenty of videos of Dominique and I together acting extremely silly, right? So I also talk about my daughter's father too, and I've always said something amazing about my daughter's father. You know what I mean? I have always been extremely positive about him because he's a good friend. He's a good father. He is amazing. And he's always been that way. And so last night I texted him and I said, there are some people on the internet who are trying to make it seem like you are a bad person. And I've always said positive things about you all of the time. And to me, no one will be able to give a better description about my relationship with my daughter's father but me, right? And I remember one time, and I do this all the time. I remember one time I don't even know whether I was on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. I don't even know what social media network I was on, but I like to be silly all over my social media networks, except for Instagram. Instagram is a place where I post a whole bunch of positive stuff. So it's probably Facebook. It can either be Facebook or Twitter. And so sometimes people take me literally on Facebook, and then sometimes people have enough sense to know when I'm joking or being sarcastic. So when I found out I was pregnant, I had a lot of jokes. I made this joke. And I said, I talk about my baby all the time on Facebook. Nobody cares. If nobody cares, Tupac cares. If don't nobody else care. People thought that was funny. And so I always have like these funny things that I say on my, when I'm on social media. So one day I said some shit that was funny as hell to me and the people that got the joke. And I said, I'm about to have 2 baby daddies that are assholes. Lucky me. Right? Joking around as usual, like I always do. And people know about my sarcasm, and people know, how I am. But even if I was to say something like that about my daughter's father, the father of my baby that I'm pregnant right now, the father of my baby, that's the worst anybody has ever treated me, especially with me being pregnant. And, he continues to get online and with his shenanigans and stuff. And, I said I was pretty much done with that and moving forward with my life because I've moved on. So I don't want to address him anymore. Don't care how many more videos he makes. But I do want to bring to everybody's attention that my daughter's father has always been a great friend to me. And throughout the years, I think I've known him 20 years, right? I think out of all of those years, we have gotten into it on a serious level a handful of times. Like I can't even say a handful because it's been very seldom. We don't argue. We don't fuss. And I think the biggest problem we've had, we have still managed to overcome. And we overcome it swiftly, and we move forward and still got each other back to some degree, right? So I will never, ever, ever, ever be on social media, seriously writing a email or a text message or a Facebook post to say anything negative about my daughter's father. Not ever. My daughter's father is amazing, okay? I texted him last night and I said to him, someone is on the internet, trying to make it seem like you're a bad person. And I've always said good stuff about you. And, the situation with me and the father of my baby. And some people have brought to my attention that someone said that my baby was my, daughter's father's. And he said that, that's a shame. That's a shame. And I'm going to need for you to not even worry about it and just take it one day at a time. That was his advice. Don't worry about it. Just move forward and, keep it drama free. Me and him, for the most part, have always had a drama free situation. And to me, all men are assholes. You know what I'm saying? Like all of us have a little bit of asshole in us to some degree. All of us. Even women. We got that shit. I could be an asshole when I'm ready. So, any type of post you see or, someone claiming they're exposing me saying something negative about my daughter's father, trust me, I have a shitload of sarcasm. Right? I'm one of those people where I find laughter in just about everything. And the awesome part about me right now is that I'm just now starting to get back to the way that I was, my little silly self where I got a whole bunch of jokes. And it took me overcoming, the past few months, because the past few months have been very difficult because of the relationship I was in. And I used to be happy inside of that relationship. And it wasn't until after I got pregnant, I saw a significant change in my partner. And it's just been miserable ever since. And I moved on with my life, and I don't want to have anything else to do with him. I wish he would have just signed his parental rights away, and just left me alone. You know what I mean? Like I really genuinely don't want anything else to do with them. And, the more he tries to, display his jealousy for my daughter's father, it doesn't help at all. So I don't know. But like I said a million times, I can't lie about my situation with someone else. I could tell you the truth about my experience. But I'm not going to sit here and sensationalize or lie about someone. Again, even with me being across the country, nowhere near my daughter's father, my daughter has an awesome father. Okay. Like, I cannot express this enough. And I said this in plenty of videos before I dated the last person I dated, before I got pregnant. I have been saying that for years on top of years on top of years on top of years. So anybody out here who's trying to make it seem like my daughter's father is a bad guy, or that I said he was a bad guy, it's a lie. It's a tool that someone is using to try to drag someone else down to their level. And, every dude, put it like this. If you a man, right, you got a baby mama, right? You ever had that like baby mama that was super bitter, and she had something to say about your ex or your new person or whatever? That's kind of the situation that I'm in, to where, someone's trying to drag someone that has nothing to do with any of this situation into a situation. You know what I'm saying? My daughter's father has always been respectful of my relationships, my situation, my relationship with my daughter. And even if my daughter's father and my daughter have their, whatever it is, the friction that they may have sometimes, or tension that they may have it sometimes, that's father and daughter. That's their shit. I've tried to be, a median inside of their situation. And so far, them two are smooth. Like, everybody has like family stuff, like little small family stuff. I don't even think it's been anything super extreme between my daughter and her father that I've had to be like, I don't want my daughter around my father, her father. Like the severity of the situation with my baby, where I'm saying I definitely don't, when my son is born, I definitely don't want him around his father. I would never do that with my daughter, because my daughter he is a great father. Regardless to whether or not he likes me or wants to be with me, he is a good ass father. That's what it boils down to at the end of the day. He's always just been, a good person. And, it's sad to see that somebody else is trying to tear down his image or his reputation, because their situation, their reputation, their finances, their, who they are as a person is fucked up. It's sad to see that somebody's doing that. So I said that to him, and he was like, don't even worry about it. I mean, I'm going to do me regardless, basically. And then we changed the subject and started talking about Bitcoins. We started talking about buying and selling Bitcoins, because he does that. I remember when he first brought it to me, he was surprised I already knew what he was talking about. He was like, you heard about Bitcoins? I was like, of course I heard about Bitcoins. Come on, stop. So he invests his money into Bitcoins. He buys and sells. And that's what he's been doing. He's a real estate investor. So he's investing his money into real estate. Before that, the reason why he was financially stable before is because he had stocks and mutual funds and shit like that. Like, my daughter's father has always been like the type of man that likes to improve who he is as an individual. He's always just been a good father, a good person, and a good friend. And, like every other person on this planet, when you're in a friendship or a relationship with somebody, you might have an argument or two. But for the most part, it's never been extreme enough to where I just felt like he shouldn't be around my daughter. But with the father of the baby that I'm pregnant with now, I'm definitely never letting him be around our baby. Like, there's no empathy or compassion, or this person does not think anything through. It's just a poor choice in man. And now, since I made that poor choice, thinking that this man was going to be an awesome father at the end of the day, at least, now I have to, do whatever I can to improve who I am as a person, and make sure I am, double as improved as I was trying to be or was. Someone emailed me and asked me, would me and my daughter's father ever get back together? And if not, why are we, together? Me and my daughter's father haven't been together in 17 years. It's certain things that he wants in a woman. Like I said in the video before, it's certain things that he wants in a woman that I don't have, and there's certain things that I want in a man that he doesn't have. I say a lot of good stuff about him because he's a good man. When we was together though, we had things that made us not want to be together. You know what I'm saying? So I think when you dating somebody, or you friends with somebody, or if you're co-parenting with somebody, if you realize, we're better off as co-parents, or we're better off as just friends, that's the lane you stay in. So me and him just happen to be better off that way. I mean, I am the type of woman, me and him would sit down and talk for hours. Like sit down on the couch and just talk for hours. Sit down at the dining room table and talk for hours, swapping ideas. And that's what's impressive to me about any man. Like if I could sit down and talk to you about how we can generate some money, or how we can get the finances together, or how we can start a business, that's the type of shit I like to discuss. But my daughter's father wasn't always on that tip, because I was on that tip with him. He wasn't even thinking like that for a long time. He didn't start becoming like that until the past, I don't know, I think within the past 5 years. I think when he moved to Atlanta is when he became, this type of entrepreneurial dude. Before that, he was kind of like just into stocks and investing. But when it came to entrepreneurship and things of that nature, he was not into it as deep as I am. So I was bringing it to his attention, but he wasn't biting, and so now he's big on that. Now he's kind of wishing he would have listened to me then. But, he grows. Like everybody grows and they changes with time. But, me and him, we have a good rapport. I talk to him all of the time. And if we have like some type of problem with each other, we communicate. You know what I mean? Like if we have a misunderstanding about something that has to do with my daughter or anything, like somebody said in my comment section that there was some text messages up where I said something about moving because of something that had to do with the way that my daughter was dressed. Some weird comment that I ended up deleting. But, my daughter dressing a certain way negatively, or me and my daughter's father getting into an argument over the way that my daughter's dressed is not going to be a reason for moving. Like, I don't know, like that whole rumor about my daughter's father kicking me out and things of that nature. I told my daughter's father that rumor. He was like, wow. I was like, yeah, like people are just making up their own shit, but that's not a reason for me to move. Like I wanted to move for me. You know what I mean? Not because of any type of issue I was having with my daughter's father. Again, and I'll say this a million times over, anyone who has anything negative to say about my daughter's father is projecting their own insecurities, and they're feeling some type of way about him because they're jealous of him, jealous of his accomplishments, how well I speak of him. And if you get a text message or, someone shows you something I said, trust me, it's always something behind what I post. Like if somebody posts you a puzzle piece and it's only a piece, you won't know exactly what the entire puzzle looks like because they're only showing you one piece. They show you the piece that they want you to see. Anyone who knows me knows I'm joking around a lot and I'm very sarcastic. So yeah, me saying this, I got 2 baby daddies stuff I got 2 baby daddies for assholes now. Lucky me. Total joke. Even side of my relationship, and sometimes I get into an argument with the last person I was in a relationship with. I still used to joke around sometimes during our arguments. You know what I mean? Because I'm just silly. You know what I mean? Like I can find jokes out of anything. But yeah, again, I don't have to lie about my daughter's father, and I've never lied about him. I've always had like this consistent, like, a saying about him. Like I've always said the same thing for years on top of years on top of years on top of years. I've always said the same thing over and over and over about my daughter's father. For the most part, we have been drama free. Like, and it says a lot for us to have known each other 20 years. You feel me? 20 years, I can tell you, we've spent most of that time drama free. And when I mean most, I mean literally like 90%. it's been drama free because we communicate. So, my biggest thing is, like I said, if I have a problem with him or something like that, I could come to him and I could say, hey, I feel some type of way about such and such. And he'll say, okay, I feel some type of way about such and such. And we sit here going back and forth until we both understand what's going on. And then 9 times out of 10, the situation is smoothed out. But I can't do that with the father of the baby that I'm pregnant with now. I can't do that with him. Because if I was to get on the phone with the guy that I'm pregnant with now, if I was to get on the phone with him, I would say hello, ask him a question, and suddenly disrespect starts coming out of his mouth. Insults, name calling, anything like that. Like I said before, last time I had a conversation with him, I asked him, and this wasn't even a conversation. I asked him, could he show me a level of respect and could we be cordial? And during this time I was still in Atlanta. I said, could you show me a level of respect and could we be cordial when we communicate it so that, anytime the baby has a doctor's appointment or anytime you're around me, you could just have a drama-free situation and you could just, make this easy for each other. He said, no, I don't have to respect you. He said, fuck you. I don't have to respect you to be a father. Are you kidding me? I'm your child's mother. Of course you have to respect me. I have to respect you as well. Like, there's no way we're going to be able to have any type of situation disrespecting each other. I'm not about to sit here and bring up a child in front of 2 parents that can't even sit here and have communication, like regular communication. No, I'm good. I'm not about to be sitting here trying to have a conversation with someone that doesn't know how to have an adult conversation. I never had any communication problems really with Priest until after I got pregnant. He was easier to communicate with. Sometimes he might get quiet and put up a wall, but for the most part, it was kind of easy to communicate with him until I got pregnant. He turned into this ugly person once I got pregnant. And so it's easy to back away from him. It's easy to say, I don't want my son around him. And the more that he posts things that don't have nothing to do with him being a father, it proves me right about who he is. Because at the end of the day, all I've said about him on YouTube is that he doesn't want to be a father. That's mainly it. He didn't want to be a father and he wanted to collect women. He wanted to sleep around with other women. That's not a lie. That's definitely the truth. He didn't want to be in a relationship. But nowhere inside of any of his videos is he saying, yes, I want to be a father, and yes, I will do whatever it takes to be in my child's life, including respecting the mother of my child, because I know in order for us to be good parents and to co-parent, we have to respect each other. If he was handling it in a mature fashion, then it would be easy to, for me to deal with him. I probably would still be in Atlanta. I probably would have never left California. I would still be in Atlanta just so he could have access to his baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could have easily worked out our situations communicating with each other. But like I said, since I got pregnant, he's been extremely difficult to communicate with. I couldn't get him on the phone. He wasn't answering text messages. He was disappearing for days at a time. I didn't know where he was. He wasn't calling to check up on me or anything because he doesn't care. There's no empathy there. There's no sympathy there. So I just want people to understand that my daughter's father and my daughter have nothing to do with my situation with the child that I have now. It's a completely opposite situation. My daughter's father would have never done this. He would have never even participated in this. Like, that's genuinely like a private person. He's the type of person that he's really, really private. That's why I've never, really like pushed out there his personal information, because he's a private person and he's genuinely like that. Like, he's not a person saying, I'm a private person and then turn around and get on YouTube and do some public shit. He's literally like a private person. He's not going to get onto YouTube and make a video about nothing. Even if somebody was to say something about him, he's not going to get on YouTube and create a rebuttal. You know what I mean? He's the type of person where he's going to come to that person and be like, yo, can we like smooth this out between the two of us? He's just very mature. He's easy to talk to. He's very communicative. He's not abusive. He's not negative. He's not, he's just not that type of person. And of course, every person, every man who, if you're going through something in your own life, you get in your moods. You know what I mean? Like just every other person, the nigga's human. It ain't like he, just this perfect robot. He still got his flaws just like every other person does. But for the most part, our shit been smooth sailing, period. Like I cannot say nothing bad about this man. You know what I mean? So me talking about having 2 baby daddies for assholes is just a joke. Literally, honestly, only got one that's an asshole. Seriously. Like if we want to be serious, I got one that's an asshole and one that's a pretty decent guy. At the end of the day, all I want is the men in my life to be good fathers. And my daughter has an awesome father. My daughter is 17. She will be 18 soon. And that's their relationship. They always had a decent relationship. And the dude that I'm pregnant by right now, that's not going to work. He will never see me or my child. The closest he going to see to seeing my child is probably a picture. He didn't want our baby, and he proves it every day. And I just prefer him trying to, I prefer him just to discontinue trying to quote unquote expose me using his dirt, like bullshit lies and try to make it seem like I'm lying. Listen, it's immature, it's childish. I really am getting bored with all of this back and forth and this low energy, ignorant shit that I'm seeing on YouTube where people making videos and blah, blah. I'm just tired of that. You know what I'm saying? Like I really, no bullshit, am in such a good place. I'm just so fucking happy that all of my videos, I want to go back to doing my videos to where I was doing like comedy. Yeah, I want to sit here and talk about relationships and shit because I like it, like that. And yeah, I might mention my relationship at some point, like sometimes, but I'm not about to make I'm not about to make me exposing someone else as a liar or me, drama and shit like that. I'm not about to make that the center of my channel. You know what I'm saying? So if you want that, you got to go to another channel, man, because I'm not going to keep, this shit has been going on, and we're just talking about drama in general. This shit has been going on for 2 years. And I'm not bringing it into 2018. This shit can stay here. So anybody who has beef or issues or problems and shit, y'all motherfuckers is going to be sitting in 2017. Meanwhile, 2018, my ass is doing some other shit. I'm not bringing that shit into 2018. So everybody just about to get ignored. But I definitely wanted to make sure that, people understood that my daughter's father is an innocent person in this. He should not be being attacked by anybody. No one is, exposing that he was truly an asshole to me or anything like that. And, a lot of things that I may have told somebody I was in a relationship with that may be confident or private. Like, I think maybe inside of my relationship with Priest, I could have told him some things that was private that he knows he's not supposed to put on the internet. Like, there's things he told me that's private that I'm not going to tell nobody. That I'm still not going to tell nobody. Now, shit that I feel like people need to know that he's done to me, I'll tell people that shit. But, as far as his private stuff, I'm not doing all that. I'm not doing all that. I'm bigger than that, and I just don't, nah. So if he's considering like trying to, I don't know, speak about some shit that don't have nothing to do with he or I, that may be a secret about my family or something crazy like that. Like I got secrets about his family, that I would never say. I will speak about his family in regards to my experiences with them. But will I speak about something that does not have anything to do with my relationship with him? And, like his family's personal shit and their finances and their problems and issues, that don't have nothing to do with me and Priest. Nah, I wouldn't do that. So I think as many low blows as I've seen Priest do since I found out I was pregnant, I just want to be done with him. Because he gets lower and lower and lower and lower every time he opens his mouth. And now he's trying to use my daughter's father, someone who is innocent, someone who has always spoke positively about him, someone who has always supported my relationship with him. My daughter's father isn't all. So I don't know. I just hopefully, I don't know. I think it's just drama and high school bullshit. And I mean, what do I expect from somebody who has the brain capacity of a 17-year-old who never graduated from high school? What do you expect? Like, what do you expect? And the more I think about this, the more I'll be like, you know what? I decided to fuck with somebody that didn't have enough critical thinking skills. I decided to fuck with somebody who was this immature. So the consequences now is me raising my son without him. Because he doesn't want to take the time to elevate his mind or improve who he is as an individual. He would prefer to do the petty nonsense, little uneducated, trauma-filled shit, little ghetto shit that I just really don't want to participate in. So, once again, one more time, and I'm going to say this one more time, and I think this is going to be it for me. I am not talking about my last relationship anymore. I'm done with that. I'm going to focus on, talking more about me and Justice. My daughter's father is an awesome father, an awesome friend. That's mainly it. I really don't have anything negative. Anybody that's making negative videos about me, do your thing. I'm ignoring it. I think a lot of people just do it to get a response out of me. But like I said in a previous video, 90% of the people who make videos about me don't know me. They're just like strangers. But I really, anybody who is trying to go hard, like have like this weird obsession with me where they posting videos every day or every week about me. That's like a weird thing. That's like strange. And hopefully, that mental instability or whatever type of mental issues they have, whether it's some type of disorder or whatever it is, right? Whatever illness it is, I hope they get treatment for it. Because that obsessive behavior right there is a sign that something ain't right. So I'm not going to sit here and consistently make videos about strangers. Definitely not going to do that. And I'm definitely not going to make videos about somebody I don't like. Like once I say I'm done with you, I'm completely done. So, yep. I'm moving on to the next phase of my life, which happens to be awesome and doesn't include anybody that, I may have met this year, fucked this year, had a baby by this year, or anyone who started drama last year, still posting videos, trying to cling on to some drama from last year. Anyone I met in the swingers lifestyle or in Atlanta. How about this? How about all the Atlanta trash? All the people of Atlanta who was deemed rejects and trash, they staying in 2017. You feel me? Like, I'm moving forward. So, I don't know. I appreciate you listening. Again, make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Tap the notification bell so you can be a part of the notification squad, okay? Have vision and stay focused. Namaste.